Mga higalak, kumusta? Yan ang punta na ito ang tulumanon Panglantaw sa kagabion. When we talk about public service, pero sa dili pa dahil ta magsugod ngayon, so na ito sang shout out si Bimbim Mindig sa iyong pag-like or pag-heart sa ito ang episode gabi. Yan kayo tag-viewers gabi pero wala. Gamay rin nag-hearts, gamay si Bimbim Mindig lang. So shout out kanimo Bimbim Mindig, salamat kay sa imong pag-heart sa ito ang Panglantaw sa kagabion kagabi. When we talk about public service, we often imagine roads, bridges, and buildings rising as a sign of progress. Pero ang pangutana gyud, progress for whom? Kinsa may nakapahimulos and kinsa ang nagpabilin sa likod. In our last episode, we reflected on the frustration shared by our fellow citizen, Mr. Crescente Talitayan, whose Facebook post sparked attention. His words were not merely a rant, but a cry of concern. He spoke of damage to roads, dangerous potholes, and communities silently bearing the burden while new buildings rise elsewhere in the compound. His post became a mirror. Nagpakita kung unsa gyud ang sitwasyon sa atong mga dalan o mga tao nga nagantos sa kada adlaw nga biyahe. Now let us go deeper, because this is not just about roads. This is also about priorities. While we celebrate the construction of new offices, compounds, and large infrastructure, we must ask, where are the classrooms for our students? Where are the safe learning spaces for our teachers and our children? Sa mga baryo ug lungsod, makadungog ta sa tingog sa mga ginikanan nga dagaingon. Nindot unta kung naami bag-ong dalan, pero mas labaw nga gikinahanglan ang classroom para sa among mga anak. Our teachers, often heroes in silence, struggle to deliver quality education while their students sit under leaking roofs, cramped spaces, or even makeshift classrooms built from light materials. Biblically speaking, James chapter 2 verse 16 reminds us, if one of you says to them, go in peace, keep warm and will feed, but does nothing about their physical needs, what good is it? The same applies to governance. Buildings that cannot be used by the people while communities lack the basics become empty symbols. They do not feed, they do not protect, they do not educate. Legally speaking, the Constitution itself mandates that education shall receive the highest budgetary priority. And yet reality tells us otherwise. Roads may be patched, offices may rise, but schools remain crying for help. Children still walk long distances on muddy paths to attend school that barely have enough enough chairs. Teachers are forced to improvise, carrying the weight of the system on their backs. Mga igsoon, this is not about attacking institution. This is about reminding them of balance. Development must be holistic. Yes, we need offices and infrastructure, but we also need classrooms. Yes, we need strong compounds and set headquarters. Pero, kinahanglan pod nato nga ang mga estudyante mahimong luwas o makakat-on sa hustong kahintang. Imagine this, a child bright and eager, walking each day to a school with cracked walls, broken windows, and too few chairs. Then imagine that same child passing by a large compound with freshly painted buildings, fully air-conditioned, but reserved for offices. Do you not think that child will one day ask, asa man mi sa priorities? Here lies the deeper reflection. True nation building is not about how many structures we erect, but about how many lives we uplift. A good road is useless if it does not lead to better opportunities. A new building is meaningless if it overshadows the needs of a small school that shapes the future of the nation. Mga kaigalaan, ang punto maong nga, balance, accountability, heart. These three are essentials without balance, or the three are essentials. Without balance, we focus only on prestige projects and forget the grassroots. Without accountability, corruption and neglect seep in unnoticed. Without heart, public service loses its soul, turning into mere humanship rather than true compassion. So tonight, I challenge us to see beyond appearances, to ask the difficult questions, to stand for our children and our teachers, because classrooms are not just rooms with four walls. They are incubators of the future. And every broken chair, every leaking roof, every overcrowded room is not just an inconvenience. It is an injustice. The Bible says in Proverbs chapter 31 verse 8 to 9, speak up for those who cannot speak for themselves, for the rights of all who are destitute. Speak up and judge fairly. Defend the rights of the poor and needy. This is our call, to remind our leaders that roads, bridges, and buildings mean little if the smallest voices, the voices of our children, and live unheard. Mga igsoon, this is not anger, but a plea. A plea for wisdom in leadership. A plea for fairness in allocation. A plea for classrooms where dreams can be nurtured. For safe roads where journeys can be traveled. And for communities where every citizen feels that government is truly for them. Because in the end, progress is not measured by the structures we see, but by the lives we touch. Kini ang panglantaw sa kagabion diin ang kahayag nagadanag bisan pa sa kanyit-ngit. Kini inyong igsuon o higala Jeremias labaw tubigon sa makausapa mo ingon nga sa atong pagpangandoy ug matarong katilingban ang kamatuoran gayud ang atong sugat. Ug sa kangit-ngit sa kasaysayan ang tinud-anay nga pamunuan ang labing hayag nga paglaom. Daghang kayong salamat sa inyong pagtanaw ug pagpaminaw. Ug ang Dios magapanalangin ug magapanalangin ug magapanalangin kanatong tanan. Maayong gabi.